Let's make some HTTP requests with React. So here, the first thing that I'm going to need to do is I like to write out the UI for the thing that I'm going to be building, and then I can add some interactivity or whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So we've got a couple of things that we're going to be doing. We have some state for the Pokemon. So I'm going to have Pokemon. We'll just default that to null for right now. And then based on whether I have the Pokemon, I'm going to be rendering different things. So we also have the state for the Pokemon name. So here we go. We're going to say if I have a Pokemon name, or rather if I have no Pokemon name, then I'm going to return the string submit a Pokemon. And we save that and boom, we've got submit a Pokemon. Very good. And then if I have a Pokemon name, but no Pokemon, then I can return the Pokemon info fallback. So no Pokemon, then return this Pokemon info fallback component right here. We're going to get that from our Pokemon module. So we'll pull that in. Awesome. Okay, and that's kind of an else if. Really doesn't make any difference, but I kind of like the way that reads anyway. So then if we do have a Pokemon name and we have a Pokemon, then we will render out the Pokemon data view. So let's return that with that Pokemon. And we're going to get that from our Pokemon module as well. Cool. And then we can remove our to-do comment there. And now if I click on Pikachu, then I'm going to get that loading state because we have a Pokemon name, but no Pokemon. So we're rendering that loading state. So now all that we have to do is once we get this Pokemon name, we need to make that request. So let's get that request going. I'm going to just bring this up here. We'll say React use effect because this is the state of the world that we're trying to synchronize with the state of our application, which is Pokemon name. So that's the state of the application that we're trying to synchronize with the state of the world. In our case, that state of the world is a GET request to the backend to fetch a Pokemon. So let's go ahead and grab Marty the Moneybag suggestion here. We'll bring it up and say fetch Pokemon. We're going to get that fetch Pokemon from the Pokemon module. And we're wanting to fetch the Pokemon by its name. So not just Pikachu every time, but Pokemon name. And also we probably should keep in mind that this use effect is going to run on every single render where the Pokemon name changes, including the initial mount of our component. And when our component's initially mounted, there is no Pokemon name specified. So let's do an exit early, where we say if there's no Pokemon name, then we'll return. So we just don't do anything in the event that there's a falsy Pokemon name given to us. But if there is, then we'll call fetch Pokemon with the Pokemon name, and then we'll get that Pokemon data, and we need to update our state here. So right now we're just setting Pokemon to null. We need to use state for this. So we'll say react.useState null, and now we'll destructure that Pokemon and we'll get a setter, set Pokemon. Great, and so then I can say set Pokemon, Pokemon data, and that should do it for us. Let's just save all that. We'll select Pikachu, and boom, there's Pikachu, and then Charizard, and boom, there's Charizard. Sweet. Now, one thing that I'm noticing here is that when I select Pikachu, we leave Mew right up here, and we don't show that loading state. The reason that's happening is because we don't have a Pokemon name, so we're not showing submit a Pokemon. We do have a Pokemon, and so that's why we're not showing the info fallback. So what I'm going to do before I start fetching is I'm going to reset the Pokemon to null. And now I select Pikachu, we get that loading state, and then I select Charizard, we get that loading state, and Mew, and we get that loading state. Awesome, so let's review this. We've got a Pokemon info that accepts a Pokemon name, and if we don't have a Pokemon name, we're going to render submit a Pokemon. If we don't have a Pokemon state yet, then we're going to render the fallback, so that loading state that we've got, and otherwise we'll render the Pokemon. So we'll assume that if there is a Pokemon name and there is a Pokemon, then we can render the data view for that Pokemon. And then we manage that Pokemon state here, and then we have a React use effect where if there is no Pokemon name, then that use effect does nothing. And otherwise, we're going to reset the Pokemon to null so we can show that loading state. And then we'll have this fetch Pokemon request where we'll fetch the Pokemon's data based on the Pokemon name. And then when we get that Pokemon data, we can set the Pokemon state to what the server gave to us. which will trigger a re-render of our Pokemon info. And now we do have a Pokemon, so we can render that Pokemon data view.